Hey, what up, gang? So recently, former President Barack Obama came out during an interview and said that aliens are real. I know, that's going over everyone's head, and like it's. Let me reiterate this, right? So today is February 22nd of 2026, the wee hours of the morning. It is now 3:09 in the morning, and I want to say like a week or so ago, some time ago, former President Barack Obama was doing an interview. And during this interview, the interviewer asked him at the very end of the interview during a lightning round, the first question he asked the former president, are aliens real? And Barack's answer was, yes, they're real, but I haven't seen them, and they're not being held at Area 51. There is no underground facility. But if there is, it's a conspiracy that they withheld even from the president. More or less, that's what the former president said. And I'm just over here like, okay, first of all, what? Second of all, this is crazy because, to my knowledge, and I looked this up and I believe it is correct, this is the first time ever that a president has said these specific words, yes, they're real, in regards to if aliens are real or not. He just straight up says it, yes, they're real. He says they're real. Like, I just can't believe that we're all glossing over this as if he didn't just say or admit that aliens are real. I mean, can you just think about the implications of this? No other president has ever uttered those words before. And he just flat out says it. Now, he's no longer in office. That's why he's the former president, right? But still, you're under a certain, a certain scope, a certain obligation still, right? I mean, and it's just crazy to me that he said those words. And the interviewer, he didn't even ask any follow-up questions. He just went right to the next question. I think his next question was, what was your first question when you became president, or what was your first request, or something like that? And former President Barack Obama said, my first question when I was in office was, where are the aliens? So it wasn't even the interviewer that kind of like reiterated that answer. It was the president. The former president said or asked, where are the aliens? And then, he's telling us that they're real. Now, I guess he had to try to do some backtracking in regards to what he said, because he came out later and I guess he tried to say or clarify, well, I was really saying because our, universe is so vast and we have so many suns and so many planets that theoretically, numerically speaking, logically speaking, it would make sense that there's other life forms out there in the universe. Now, that's not what he said during the interview. He just straight up said, yes, they're real. Which is crazy. It's crazy. So I feel like I believe it. I've been believing it. It makes, and for that exact reason that he said, because there's so many planets, numerically speaking, logically speaking, we cannot be the only life forms in all of the expanse of the universe. That just doesn't make any sense to me. When you look up in the sky and you see stars, and each one of those stars, that's not a planet, is a sun like ours, and every single one of those stars or suns most likely has planets around it orbiting it, and most likely a portion or a good portion of those planets will be life sustaining. Now, will it be life sustaining in a sense that we know? Maybe not. Maybe other life forms don't breathe oxygen. Maybe they don't need water. I don't know. There's so many questions that I have in regards to this. It's just really awe-inspiring, and it makes you think about a lot of stuff. Now, I know a lot of people are like, man, F all this. I don't want to hear nothing about this right now. I want to hear about the Epstein files and all that stuff. Look, I feel you. And this could be, a way for Obama and the elites to try to distract us. It's always one distraction or another. And for a while, I thought the Epstein files were a distraction. Because if you think about it, that's all anyone right now can think about. That's all we can think about right now is the Epstein files. And if we're all talking about the Epstein files, this is what is dominating everyone's brains right now. Like, what else are they doing behind the scenes? What laws are they passing? What legislations are they passing that screw us over? Like, we got this whole thing with Iran about to pop off. There's just so much that's going on in the world every single day. It's really hard to just, it's really hard to keep up, honestly. So Trump came out recently and said that he was going to, I guess, declassify some UFO files in regards to that. It was during an interview, somebody asked Trump, or they brought up the Obama thing they interviewed Trump bringing up the Obama interview, and they're saying like, hey, did you hear Obama said aliens are real? And Trump jokingly, not jokingly, smiles and says, oh really, he shouldn't have said that, like basically implying that he broke some kind of rule or some kind of confidentiality clause or something like that. And he says, well, I might have to declassify the UFO files to basically get him out of trouble. Basically, if he declassifies the files, it will get Obama out of trouble for saying the aliens are real. I don't know the details of this. I'm just saying that now the whole conversation is, oh, now there's about to be some UFO files that are going to drop, in addition to the Epstein files. And it's like, what is going on in today's society in 2026, bro? Like, what is really going on, man? Our country is being run by satanic cult, freaking, bow, pedo, FD. It's just, oh man, it's just so much. And now the alien thing, the UFOs, it's a lot. It's a lot at this time, man. I just don't really know what to say about it all. But I will say this, man, in regards to the UFOs and the aliens, like I said before, I believe in aliens. I believe in them. Just because I haven't seen them doesn't mean that they don't exist. Now, some people say, well, if they exist, how come every time we get, a piece of video evidence, it's always blurry, it's always staticky, we never really get a clear picture of what's going on? And I say to that, and other people also say that, well, it's too hard to get to one planet to another. Space travel in and of itself is, not achievable right now. At least for us, it's not achievable. And again, I say this: if there really was a species of extraterrestrial nature, and they were smart enough and they had the technology enough to get to Earth, you don't think that they would have technology that scrambles their appearance on video surveillance or on camera phones? Like, don't you think that they're past our level of technology? If we can't traverse the stars, but they can, don't you think they're vastly superior to us? They may be so superior that we can't even grasp their technology, or we can't even grasp their full being. Like, we can't even understand, like an ant trying to figure out humans. And I always had this wild, like, speculation or I don't know, idea, thesis, whatever you want to call it, that what if, like, humans were natural disasters to insects that really they don't really understand? Like, and what if, like, for us, what if, like, natural disasters were just other beings that we can't even comprehend with our human brains? I know that sounds crazy and that sounds silly, right? Like, I'm talking about, like, natural disasters like a hurricane. What if a hurricane was conscious? What if a volcano was conscious? Tornadoes, like even an earthquake. Like, how can an earthquake be I don't know. I'm just saying, like, the earthquake in and of itself doesn't have to be conscious, but whatever's, and there's science behind this, all this stuff, right? But again, what science to us would be magic to somebody in the 1700s and the 1800s or before that. So I'm just saying that there's so much that we don't understand about our own oceans here on Earth, about space, about life, about the meaning of life, that I'm just exploring all possible scenarios here. There's a lot of people saying maybe we're, like, we're being, I don't know what's the right word, like we're being sectioned off from the rest of the stars or the rest of the cosmos. Like we're in some kind of like cosmic prison or jail or simulation is what people keep saying. They keep bringing up maybe we're in a simulation and then the aliens are just watching us and just seeing what's going on. Who knows at this point? I mean, honestly, you guys let me know in the comment section because this stuff is wild. Obama came out and said aliens are real, y'all. Aliens are real. Trump all of a sudden says he doesn't have an opinion on it. But Obama shouldn't have said it, and he's going to help him get out of trouble by releasing some UFO files. So we'll see what's in these UFO files, if it really amounts to anything, if it just comes out heavily redacted, like the Epstein files. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, until I see a UFO, man, I always say this. I just want to see a UFO. I don't even need to see an actual alien. I just want to see the UFO in the sky. If I see a UFO in the sky, like I feel like I would be able to tell if it's really like human or if it's extraterrestrial. And I don't care if nobody believes me. As long as I know for me, that's good enough for me. All right. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Love, peace, and light. Remember to love more than you hate. And until next time, the truth is out there.